Hey everyone, it's Adele and Ava from Just Say Scrapbook Close to My Heart, and we are here with our 65th Technique Tuesday. So we hope you are enjoying the holiday season so far, and we are going to jump right into this technique.
Yes, we are.
All right, so we are back, and we have our accordion book from last week, but in a page protector this time, and you see, I can't grab it. That's a very sad thing. So we have our piercing tool. Well, that's not the piercing tool. That's the mat. Where's the piercing tool? Here it is. Piercing tool. So these two things come together, and this is a self-healing mat like the Versa mat I have underneath it, and it also has a squishy surface on the backside. This is a little firmer though than the Versa mat, so I still suggest you use the Versa mat for stamping. But this is what we are going to fit into the page protector to cut that square. So to start, we are going to actually just take a regular Sharpie or anything that you have, and I'm actually going to make little dots on my page protector around the edge. So if you go a little bit wider than the actual booklet, that's okay, because you want the book to pop through. So that is how we start, and now I'm going to pull the book out. See my little dots? I would have no idea where it was if I didn't have that. And I'm actually going to take a hole punch. So we've got our crocodile here. And this is just a fun fact. Anytime you are ever cutting a page protector, always punch a hole in it before you use an X-Acto knife, because if you don't, the paper is more likely to rip. If you have a circle in the area, it's actually not going to rip it. So, right, Mom? Ooh, I'm in the wrong spot.
Yes, you were. I was going to say you were in the wrong spot. Can you see?
Yes, I can. So, hole punched 1, and then we have hole punch 2, hole punch 3 up here, and then we have, moving over to hole punch 4. All right. So once you also get those hole punched, you want to make sure you get the little hole punch out of your work area. And sometimes they don't punch all the way through for me, but that's okay. I'll just pull those little guys off. 1, 2, 3. Okay, perfect. So we now have our piercing tool. So we've got that, and I've got my X-Acto knife. And you can actually see the Sharpie on this a little bit, but it is on top of a page protector, so if you just take your nail or anything, the Sharpie will come right off. Look at that. Perfect. Okay. So I'm actually going to take my X-Acto knife, and I'm not going to show you a full cut. I'm actually going to make a flap first. So I'm going to show you a few different things that you can do with it. But I do have the lines on the piercing tool itself, but I also have my ruler here to help me with those straight lines. I'm going to take my X-Acto knife, my ruler, make sure I'm in that hole, and then cut straight down to the next hole. And these things are thick. Woo. And we are through. There we go. So the same thing here. This time I'm using the dots as my guide. And right over. Perfect. Oh, see, got the flap. And then right down. Perfect. So look, I now have a flap. So I'm going to show you what it looks like with the flap, and then I will show you what else you can do as well. I don't know which way I prefer yet. Guess we have to see, right, Mama? Mm-hmm. Okay, so this way it has a flap, and that way you can kind of protect it as well, but you also have the book out. I think I'm actually going to cut the whole circle, just because this book's a little...
The whole square.
The whole, yes, it's not a circle, it's a square. I think I'm gonna cut the whole thing just because this book is thick, so I can still feel it pulling up the page protector.
Okay.
Like that. But if you have something smaller that you wanna do this with, that's a good way to show you that you can do a flap, and then you can maybe pull a tag out or something like that. So even if you're just making a line, I always suggest that you, now this is the hard part, getting it back out. I always suggest that you do the hole punch technique though when you are doing a line, even in your page protector, anything like that, because it will, like we said, stop it from ripping. So I'm gonna just do this whole circle. All right. Bye-bye. Perfect self-healing mat. And always close your X-Acto knives. I've been stabbed way too many times. Not a fun feeling, I can tell you that. Miss Quiet over there.
Yep, I know. I'm just excited.
You're excited to see what this is gonna look like in a few seconds?
Well, I know it, yes.
I know, you're the one that taught me this technique.
I know. But I love this little booklet.
So sometimes if it's a little bit difficult, which it is now, I might actually have to cut this out a little bit more, but just to show you. It's gonna open up like that. And yeah, I might actually just have to cut that a little bit more. But then we should be solid. So, opens up
And
perfect.
this way you have an interactive page while still protecting
The rest of it.
the rest of it.
So yeah. Do I have to cut that more? It seems to be laying pretty good right now.
I think you might be good.
Good. Okay, I'm gonna leave it then. So, yeah, and make sure that you tie this back up. But if you always want it, if you wanted to as well, you could put something like on this page that says like open here or whatever.
But I think it's obvious.
But yeah, I think it's pretty obvious. It's something that's popping out at you. But see, page protector is now completely down, and we have a protected space, but our book is good. So that's how you do it. So fun side note, make sure that you are cutting the correct page protector when you are doing this. I just made a boo-boo. So you are going to see a very quick version now of me redoing my little circle or square. It's a square! But now I have a pre-cut page that if I ever want to design something into it.
And the reason why she's
Figure it
saying
out.
it's the wrong way because this is actually the second page of a two-page layout.
This is the
and
first
not
page.
The first page.
So this is where it's supposed to be.
Sorry.
Just make sure that you get it right the first time, kids.
Get it right the first time.
And that's Technic Tuesday. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed. And happy holidays! So we are going to get going, and you'll see what it is. My hat's falling off. Wait, Elf was losing his hat. We're going to jump right in, and we hope you enjoy it. Bye, everyone.
Dun, dun, dun.